Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be doing another fight prediction. And this time to start the year 2018, and no better way to start it than with fight prediction. The first card of 2018 for UFC is UFC Fight Night, Stevens versus Choi. And I'll do predictions for about 5 of the fights. So that's like from the main card and stuff. So let me just get it off and start it right now. So first we have Michael Johnson dropping down to 145 to fight Darren Elkins. An interesting style matchup. I don't know how Michael Johnson will look at 145 or if he'll lose any strength or lose any speed or he'll be slower or this and that. We don't know. Or if he'll be big and be able to use his size. Well, what's most important in this fight is I think Michael Johnson will have way better hands, way more power, and Darren Elkins will want nothing on with him on the feet. But what we do have to worry about is can Darren Elkins put a wrestling clinic on him like Michael Johnson has gotten put on him in the past, because this would really turn into a striker versus grappler match in this matchup. Even though they're both wrestlers and they're both decently rounded, well-rounded enough, it's going to be a battle of probably can Darren Elkins impose his wrestling on him, or can Michael Johnson negate his takedown and sprawl and brawl and finish Darren Elkins. So yeah, so in this fight I'm going to pick Michael Johnson. I know he's kind of a risky pick now because every now and then he could get wrestled and submitted or something. But I think in this fight he'll probably at least learn something by now. And I don't think Darren Elkins is nowhere in the same league as Khabib. So I think after fighting Khabib, he'll definitely put some focus to his wrestling. And I think he should be able to make easy work of Darren Elkins on his feet. So I'm predicting Michael Johnson be a second round knockout. Then our next fight, we have Kamaru Usman versus Meek. A very interesting matchup. I think Kamaru Usman has shown to be pretty much in my opinion the best 170 pounder that pretty much in the whole division. The whole division doesn't recognize it yet, but in my opinion I think he's the best person in the division right now. And this fight can likely show it or prove that he's not the best right now. And yeah, Meek, not too much really known about his style. We know he's big, he's aggressive, he's high pace, not a high volume, but he's definitely in your face a lot. That's his style. He wants to hit rough, make it dirty. He's strong. Not really great anywhere. And then we got Kamaru Usman, very great wrestler, and his hands and his striking is catching up to his grappling now. And so he's looking like the next best prospect. I mean, the next best prospect to be champ or a contender in this division at 170. So in this fight, I'm going to say I'm going to pick Kamaru Usman, likely by a second round stoppage. I think that Meek likes to do all this stuff. He's strong. He likes to be in favor. But I think Kamaru Usman is a way better wrestler, way better grappler. And I think Kamaru Usman, if it gets touchy on the feet or the standing strike is not going too well, I think Kamaru Usman could switch it up and put the wrestling in there. I also think if it's a striking match, I think he should do fairly well in that as well. Either winning the striking battle or keeping it close enough that he could sway the decision with his wrestling. So Kamaru Usman, I'm picking a second round stoppage. I think he'll get him to the ground after battering him on the feet. It'll probably be close at some points, but I think once he finishes separating himself from from Meek on the scorecards and weather him up a bit, I think he'll be able to take him down and take him out in the second round. Then in our next matchup, we have Paige VanZant versus this Clark chick. Or, I don't know her full name, but Paige VanZant versus Clark. I don't really know too much about Clark, and I'm not going to really look too much into Clark, but I think Paige VanZant, she definitely made a smart move because she didn't want to fight Jessica Eye or anybody that's could put some hurting on her. And the UFC is going to do their best to keep her safe and build her up. So I think Paige VanZant probably wins the decision in this fight. I think Clark is probably going to be a tough chick. I'm just from looking at her, I think she's probably one of those tough chicks. Not really great nowhere, but definitely respectful enough and skilled enough to make it to the decision and grit it out. But Paige VanZant by a pretty safe decision in this fight. Then next we have Uriah Hall versus Vitor Belfort. If this was Vitor Belfort a couple years ago or Vitor Belfort super TRT Vitor Belfort, I would probably pick Vitor Belfort all day. But he's older now and he is not on nearly as much TRT, if any at all, right now. So, and this matchup would have been a striking match regardless. I think Uriah Hall shown to have more arsenal of strikes. It's like he's going to be the least quicker twitch fighter. I think Vitor Belfort probably will have faster hands, maybe more power in his punches. I don't think he'll be the bigger fighter. So I think Uriah Hall will probably be, they're probably around the same size, but I think Uriah Hall might have the height, the range, equal speed, more arsenal strikes to Uriah Hall, and Uriah Hall has the age advantage to some extent. So I think in this fight, Uriah Hall will probably be primarily standing. I don't think Vitor Belfort could use the wrestling that much, but I also think that Uriah Hall in this matchup will have at least the wrestling grappling advantage, just because Vitor Belfort hasn't shown really any grappling in a long time. It's to the point that it's like probably like non-existent unless he's fighting lower competition. So in this fight, I'll see Uriah Hall basically taking advantage of Vitor Belfort on the feet, especially if it makes it out of the first round. I see Uriah Hall getting a stoppage in the second round by any way he wants, whether by strikes, otherwise by punches, or head kicks, or body kicks. He'll get him out of there in the second round. So on to the main event: Jeremy Stephens versus Doo Ho Choi. This will be a firefight for sure. So Jeremy Stephens doesn't know any other way to fight besides like brawling, and Choi doesn't know any other way how to fight. I think Stephens definitely has way more experience, maybe more arsenal of striking and technique, and he can wrestle and all this stuff. But I think Choi, as far as like straight up hands, I think his punches are way more crisp, way more straight. His time is way better, and like pretty much everything. I'm trying to think of how to explain this, but it's like his punches have way less room for error. They just come straight down the pipe, and he could just like cut angles, hit him. I think Jeremy Stephens got a decent enough chin and decent enough disc, but I think that Doo Ho Choi could definitely tag him with something if Jeremy Stephens come at him with those wild hooks he like to do. But if he mix up like leg kicks and striking, his leg kicks along with his punching and stuff, and mix up his strikes up and down and setups and feints, he might be able to mix in his striking and throwing some wide hooks. But if he just comes out trying to bang, I think Doo Ho Choi, he's brawling, his punches will be coming straight, and they'll be getting there before Jeremy Stephens' punches even get there. And I see Doo Ho Choi knocking him out. This is a pretty tough matchup. Well, not a tough matchup, but it's pretty close to 50-50. Jeremy Stephens will definitely win it, especially if he uses all his tools. But I see in this fight, it's going to be a full mixed martial arts fight, but probably a fight of the year candidate as soon as the year starts out. But I see Doo Ho Choi getting him out via knockout in the second or third round. And yeah, that completes my card and my prediction for this first event of 2018. Well, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and share your picks. And I guess come back once the fights are over and see how well I did and compare your cards and predictions to mine. Well, peace out.